Some people spend their whole lives searching for where they belong. I know, because I was one of them. I spent years drifting, trying to heal, trying to grow, but always feeling like something was missing. And then I built the rift, not as an escape, but as a lighthouse, a safe harbor for people like me, people looking for connection, for belonging, for a place to feel seen. But what no one tells you about creating a home for others is that you have to make sure there's still space for yourself in it too. I believe in threads woven long before we ever realize they exist. That we are meant to find each other across time zones, across continents, across lives that never should have touched but did. The Rift wasn't just a server on Discord, it was a crossroad of souls. A place where strangers became friends, where people found safety in a world that often gives them none. For years I felt lost, disconnected, unsure of where I belonged. But then I met people who taught me that home isn't always a place. Sometimes home is the voices that greet you after a long day. It's the late night conversations that stretch into the morning. It's the feeling of being understood even by someone you've never met in person. And for the first time in my life, I wasn't searching anymore. I was here. I was home. But creating something this big, something that truly matters, isn't just about connection. It's about responsibility. It's about making tough calls, setting boundaries, holding space for people who need it. It's about making sure that no one feels the way I once did, alone, unheard, unsafe. Not everyone will understand the weight of that. Most people will never see the late nights, the quiet sacrifices, the impossible decisions. They'll never know what it's like to live with the impact of every choice, to carry the weight of every person who finds solace in what you've built. Some only see the rules, the restrictions, the lines drawn to keep people safe. But I see the people those choices protect. And I'd make those decisions 1,000 times over if it meant giving someone a place to breathe. But I've had to learn that creating a home for others doesn't mean I have to lose myself in the process, that I'm still worthy of the same patience and kindness I try to give everyone else. It's so easy to pour everything into others and leave nothing for yourself, to take every misstep personally, to carry the weight of every decision long after it's been made. I'm still learning how to set the weight down, how to remind myself that I don't have to be perfect to be enough. That resilience isn't about never breaking, it's about knowing how to rebuild. That healing isn't a destination, but a process, one that asks for grace and patience in equal measure. Despite everything, I wouldn't change a thing. Because through it all, I've met people I was meant to meet. People that have challenged me, taught me, inspired me. People who come from lives so different from my own, and yet somehow we understand each other. I feel so incredibly lucky to have these souls woven into my story. I keep going because I believe in this. I believe in the power of community, in the beauty of human connection, in the quiet magic of finding your people in places you never expected. And I believe that no matter how much the world changes, the need for safe places, for understanding, for belonging, that will never change. So I will keep building, keep learning, keep showing up, because I have seen what's possible when people come together, and I know deep in my bones that I was meant to be here. And at one point, I almost considered taking myself out of the picture entirely. And if you're watching this feeling lost, if you feel like the world is too much, like you're standing at the edge of something too heavy to carry, don't give up. I know how it feels to wonder if you belong, to question whether the things you love will ever be enough to pull you through. But I promise you, they will. You are not alone. You are not a mistake. And the world is better because you are in it. Keep going. Because one day you'll look back at this moment and realize that the pain didn't break you, it shaped you. And you will be so, so proud of how far you've come.